I'd like to call to order the Clarkson Independence District Library meeting for January 7th, 2019. Let's all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
What time?
Oh, at 6:02.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Jan Gaffney.
Here.
Michelle Ginn.
Here.
Dan Green.
Here.
Mary Kimber. Here. Allison McFadden-Kiesling. Here. Marilyn Pomeroy.
Here.
Dan Rose.
Here.
Here.
I'll accept a motion for approval of the agenda. So moved. Second.
Who did you pick for this?
Debbie, did you get the
Yep, I got
tie
it.
there? Motion has been made to approve the agenda as presented. Any comments or questions? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion is carried. We have our call to the public.
Yes, the Friends are going to be sort of updating their appearance in the lobby in 2019. That's one goal. The second goal is to address whether we need bonding and insurance separately for the Friends group. And the third thing I want to say, congratulations on your New Year's Eve day party for children. This room was packed. It was a tremendous success.
Great.
Great idea.
The new year at noon, right?
Yes, it was at noon, yes.
Noon year, very good. Are there any other public comments to be made tonight? If not, I'll close the call to the public. We have a relatively lengthy consent agenda. I'll accept a motion.
I move to approve it as presented.
I'll second it.
Anyone want to discuss any individual item? If not, it's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Library statistics.
The library statistics just landed on my desk right before the meeting, so I haven't had a chance to look at them too much. We were waiting on some last minute pieces. But at the staff meeting, we did talk about some interesting things. We did 2,000 new library cards this year. A large chunk of that was our Pack Pass program in which we were distributing cards to the students. We saw some growth in our information questions. And we saw a little bit of a decline in our children's programming attendance, but it was mostly due to the early fives being moved to the individual schools. And they used to come over here every Friday, and so we lost the attendance of those children coming every single week, so that number went down a little bit. But it was made up for in other areas as well, so it was balanced a little bit. But that was some of the things that we talked about at our staff meeting on Friday.
How did our total number of visitors compare to 2017?
I would have to double check because I don't.
Right, this was just 2018, so we had 144,000 total visitors.
Now, there is a,
Oh, here it
there's
is.
a change, there's a page that
Okay.
shows a change.
Total visitors was up, looks like 68%. Circulations were down
Okay.
somewhat. Computer users were down, but wireless users were up significantly.
Oh, yeah. there is a
Yes,
balance.
that's good.
Yeah,
It just shows
Okay,
trend.
yeah.
all right, thank you. Any other comments or
Yeah.
questions? Director's report, please.
During the month of December, we conducted interviews for a part-time children's librarian, a part-time administrative assistant, and a part-time IT assistant. We're very pleased that we had many great applicants for each of these openings and have 3 new employees starting this month. The selection committee for the community relations volunteer coordinator position has been working through the selection process. There's an update in this evening's agenda regarding the remaining steps in that hiring process. During the month of December, the department heads and I completed the annual evaluation process of the library staff. Feedback indicates that the review tools that we created last year are still working well, and that the evaluation process is a great opportunity for discussion and goal setting. So that's still
Good.
going very well.
Meets our goals, right?
Yeah, we haven't had anybody suggest that changes need to be made. It feels like the process is still working well. In project updates, due to backordered materials, construction on the business area had to be postponed, but work is set to begin on Wednesday, January 9th, and that's what all the boxes are behind me, are the chairs for that space, so we're really excited that work is going to be starting shortly. And then in terms of collaborations, we've completed the community conversations for the Clarkston School District's strategic plan, and we'll be providing that information to the school strategic planning committee at early next week.
Who sits on that committee?
You know, I'm not really sure. I've been working directly with their marketing person.
So somebody, school district personnel.
The school district, well, they've got a mix of people. I know that they've got some community members, they've got some of their board, they've got some of their staff.
Okay.
They've designed that particular committee, but we're just sort of,
Sharing.
we're the consultant doing the community conversations, and so we're not actually on that committee. I'm not sure all who's on it.
Thank you. Okay, regular business. The first business of every year is to elect our officers. And so we are now open for motions.
Yeah, I move that we retain our current slate of officers.
Second.
That was easy. All officers have been polled and are willing to serve one more year. In that case.
I'll second.
Oh, you seconded. She's doing all that. So it's been moved and seconded and thirded that we elect our 2019 officers. All those in favor of electing the current officers for one more year, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you. That was quick. Okay, number 2, budget adjustment for the business area.
Okay. At the September 17th, 2018 meeting, the library board approved $66,000 in funding for the construction of the business area. The project was intended to be completed at the end of 2018. Unfortunately, due to some backordered materials, the completion of the project has been pushed into 2019. A small portion of the project was completed and paid for by the end of the year, $5,140. The remaining project budget of $60,860 reverted to fund balance at the end of the year. The work on this project is now scheduled for January 9th, so the funding needs to be moved from fund balance back into the building line in 2019 to complete the project. So in terms of the funding, obviously the funding of this project was approved and budgeted in 2018, but the work was not completed by the end of the year. So the money reverted to fund balance, and the budget adjustment is just needed to put it back into play. So.
Okay, I've accepted a motion.
I move that we approve a budget adjustment of $60,860 from the fund balance to line 975 building.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the budget adjustment of $60,860 from fund balance to line 975. Any questions or comments? We've discussed this at length in the past. Therefore, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion is passed.
Trevor will be relieved, thank you.
Number 3.
Okay. This is about the budget for the outbuilding. The slab and sidewalk for the small storage building on the west side of the property have been completed. The Clarkston High School construction trades class will be building the structure based on the plan drawn by a local architect. The shed will be 12 feet by 16 feet with a double door vinyl siding and a shingled roof. The estimated cost for the building materials is $4,000, and the estimated cost of the double door is $2,000 for a total of $6,000. Because the construction trades class is providing the labor, the only cost is materials. We would be required to purchase any special tools that are needed to complete the project, but the instructor felt they already own everything that is needed since they have already built garages and other small structures. There is currently $60,574 in undesignated revenue in the 2019 budget that could be used to fund this project. So in the plan, I gave you the architect's drawing of it. It does show a single door, but we spoke to the construction trades class, and they can frame in a double door. Arlene and I will need to go and purchase that double door. We've done some pricing on it. We haven't picked the specific door yet. But we want to do a double door in that facing sets.
I think that's wiser.
In the same corner. there?
Actually, I think based on where the sidewalk is, they're going to center it. But when I talked to the instructor, he said it's no problem for them to just frame it in. He wasn't worried about needing the plan. The building department needed the plan to make sure that they knew what it was going to be made out of and the size, because if it's more than a certain size, then it has to meet other kinds of requirements. It has to be under 200 square feet, or it has to have the same structural approvals as, say, a garage or a house.
Okay.
And so this is 192 square feet. It's a shed. It's a big shed, but it's a shed.
And were the students able to be here when they did the concrete?
No, but he did come and take a bunch of photos at the instructor came and took a bunch of photos of the various processes. So they were able to see all the steps along the way. It turned out that they wanted to hurry up and get it done before the end of the year.
Right.
Yes.
And it turned into a problem getting the permission slips in time for the students to come.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Right.
But the contractor was excellent about, wanting to work with the school, and in the end, it was
Yeah.
just the school couldn't make it work.
That
It
was
was,
great.
they couldn't make the buses work, they couldn't make it was just too much.
Right.
Close to the end of the year, yeah.
That's too bad, because that would have been a nice experience for them. But the whole thing, I mean, it's a great program that they do with this, and it's
It
nice that
is.
we can,
Well, and the
Really benefit
workers,
from it
the
because-
workers were really nice about the instructor coming, and they would stop work and back off and let him take pictures, and then they would keep going, and he would stop and back off so he could take pictures. So they didn't just plow through, and
So they saw the steps.
he was able to come and, yeah.
yeah, that's nice.
So he at least tried to do that.
Okay, I'll accept a motion.
I move to approve a budget of $6,000 from the outbuilding and approve a budget adjustment of $6,000 from undesignated revenue to line 975.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we transfer $6,000 from undesignated revenue to line 975, building. Be busy building, won't we? Any other comments or questions? If not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion is carried.
Thank you, this one's been a long time in the making. We're getting there.
I'm excited to see which one.
Really good collaboration.
And number 4, update regarding the Community Relations Volunteer Coordinator selection process.
Okay. At the November 5th, 2018 meeting, the library board approved the posting of the full-time community relations volunteer coordinator position. The selection committee consists of Dan Green, Annette Cheney, Trevor Wynn, and Julie Meredith. We received 16 submissions and interviewed 6 candidates. The committee narrowed the field to 2 frontrunners and conducted a second interview process that included a tour of the library, meeting with a group of staff, and providing a basic communications plan for an actual library project. This has been an intense process because we received so many strong submissions. At this time, the selection committee is finalizing a recommendation and would ask the library board to schedule a special meeting to review the recommendation and appoint a candidate prior to the February 4th regular board meeting so we can fill this critical role in a timely fashion. We're looking at the week of January 14th as the timing for the special meeting, if that would be possible.
That would be next week.
I did my very, very best to get it done by today, I swear. It was a rough one in terms of narrowing the field because we had really good candidates, and I think Dan would agree with me on that.
Oh, yeah.
It was
a nice
But you
problem.
have narrowed the field to one candidate.
We're almost ready to make a recommendation, but I need to, I was waiting to hear back from references over the weekend even.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Do you have any particular dates in mind, or are you just,
I am open, I'm just trying to get, I need to get my phone to cooperate here.
The 14th is a Monday, the 21st is a Monday, if that's Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, we're not open that day. The week of the 14th, hang on just a second. let me go.
Which would be just next week.
yeah?
Just a week from today.
It should be a relatively short meeting. Like I said, we just couldn't get it pulled together by today.
Now, I won't be available on the 14th, but I'm available the rest of that week.
I have middle of the day commitments on both Tuesday and Thursday. So, and
I
if you're
think
not
I'm
available,
here.
but Wednesday or Friday
I
would
think
both be
Thursday I
good.
could too. Were we thinking middle of the day or this time?
Allison,
It's
that's
what
what
works
works for you.
Allison?
Can't be,
Oh,
but that's
okay.
okay, but we could do it without me. You don't have to work around my schedule because you need a quorum, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, so if you guys
Or,
want to do
or
that.
in the evening, I
it's
should
good.
be,
But I mean, you don't have to work, that's great, but
yeah.
there's some things that have to be.
Except for Thursday evening, I'm free in the evening next week if that was.
Thursday,
The
Wednesday, or
Well, it
Thursday
looks
evening, I'm
like-
free.
It looks like in terms of the room,
Or could we have the other?
We could have-
we can have the little room, the
Yeah.
smaller room is open pretty much anytime. The big room is a little less available, but we could do Monday evening, we could do Tuesday evening, we could do Wednesday evening.
Tuesday and Wednesday, I could be here at 4:30. If it helps anybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I could do either one of those.
Wednesdays.
Yeah, I should be done by 4:30 on Tuesday, so I could do either of those times also.
Okay. So which one do you like? I'm able to do either.
Okay, I won't be available Tuesday, so.
So we like Wednesday?
Okay, we like Wednesday.
Wednesday it
Is
is.
Wednesday our winner?
Wednesday the 16th at
Wednesday the
4:30.
16th, okay, and that gives me enough time to get it posted. Thank you
What did
very
say,
much for
16?
accommodating this. At 4:30, we said?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the small room.
In the youth activities room, yes.
Okay, on the 16th.
Yep. And that gives me enough time to finalize the last steps in that process and come to you with a full recommendation. I tried, I apologize, I really did.
That's fine, thank you.
I think Dan would say it's been a good process, though.
Oh, yeah, it has. I mean, we had the last two candidates, our final two, were very different. They had very different strengths. So it was awfully hard for us to decide which strength is going to be better for the Marston Independence District.
Gee, that's a horrible position to be in, isn't it?
Well, to the point where the selection committee spent a lot of time discussing with the staff group, because we had, as I said, we had them had each candidate come in and meet with a staff group, and it was the same staff group each time. And they each went over the same project each time, and so there was a lot of discussion about, you know, what was said and which one was better, and in the end, there was, I think the decision was, it was easily unanimous, but there was a lot of discussion, because like I said, they were both
Good. And
great candidates for different reasons, yeah.
Well, it's always good that we're getting good candidates for our positions.
Absolutely, all of the
Yes.
positions that we posted, we've had great candidates, and a lot of candidates. which is
So,
nice.
Yeah.
so we
That's
must
great.
have managed to bring our pay scales into a more competitive.
I think we're in line.
Good work, Dan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good work.
we had 16 for this, we had 14 for the administrative assistant, we had, I think we had 8 for the children's librarian. We only had 4 or 5 for the IT position, but still, we only needed one person.
Right, so, and if they're strong candidates, you're not getting people who can't get a job somewhere else,
Mhm.
then I feel like then we have really accomplished
Mhm.
one of our big goals, which was to get to where we are, a more competitive employer, so.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
And make people want to stay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you. And that is the last item on our agenda tonight, so I will accept the motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All right, who's going to second?
It doesn't matter.
I have Jan.
Yeah, she's already got that written down.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries, and we're adjourned at 6:20.